Yeah, he's a piece of work. We need to pray for him. He's out of California.
Well, we got a lot of folks here in Baltimore have that kind of mentality. I call it the slave mentality.
He's good at it. Trust me. He's perfected it. Him and a few other ones.
Amazing.
They proud with it.
So I was recently trying to do something at a credit union, and one credit union said yes, thumbs up. I went to another credit union and they said no. And I'm like, if my score is above what they want, then what's the no for? Well, your income ratio was not, and I agreed that I didn't make as much money as Pastor Medgar Reid, but give me a chat. And so, and they said that, I said, can I be honest with, because the person I was talking to was of the ebony hue. I say, well, can we be honest? I said, the person that denied me, the loan officer, was probably some buffy European sitting in an office somewhere in some godforsaken place, and they just, by way of FICO, Jess, I wish I could put my hands on Steve FICO, the creator of the credit score, and choke him to death for all the issues I've had. It's another barrier to keep you from getting ahead. And I went to the Great Black Wax Museum, and I saw an exhibit, and it had a file cabinet with a black man chained to it. And I'm like, what in the world is going on here? And I said, well, this is for all the administrative barriers and enslavement that black folks have to deal with credit issues, with, oh my God, the background checks and all that, the other folks don't have to deal with looking like us. How do you feel about that, Rick?
Well, it's very interesting. Once again, it all comes down to the title of your radio program, Elevation. The only genuine and authentic information that we can count on is deeply embedded in our subconscious mind. And so you'll hear a lot of things on YouTube, and some true and some false, and some mixture of true and false. But there's a scripture that says, be still and know that I am God. And that's powerful, because God's name is truly I am. And so when you look in the mirror, you're saying, be still and know that I am God. Every day I try to take some time to meditate, not pray, but just meditate and be still, and process what my spirit is telling me. So whether it's about a vaccine, or whether it's about racism, or City Hall, or the governor, you have to, all of the information that's coming at us is so quick and so fast. But the only reliable information is deep in your spirit, And when you're led by that, you it's a perfect leading, but sometimes we misinterpret it, which leads us astray. So I think
that is. I'm trying to hear what you're saying. There's someone, Brother Mike.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You're dozing off there, sir.
No, I'm not. It probably is.
It's all good. It's all good. So I hope you see my perspective and where I'm coming from. Mm-hmm. That it is truly the elevation of our consciousness that's going to be our own salvation. Until we learn how to trust our intuitive nature, what our heart is telling us. And this is all compatible with Scripture. Scripture says, trust in the Lord with all thy heart, not your brain, because there's plenty of intelligent people that take unenlightened actions. But when you trust God with your heart, out of the heart proceeds the issues of life, and so you're able to make the brain, make the mind, make that computer in your head a servant of the heart. When you lead with your brain, that's how you create wars. That's how you create misunderstandings. That's how the ego gets into, I'm superior to you because I'm white, or I'm superior to you because I'm black, or all of these things come from the mind. And we have come to worship the mind. We have come to worship knowledge. When if you look at the biblical tale, whether you believe it literally or figuratively, it was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil that was the curse. And so the more knowledge and information and websites and this, that, the more confused the population gets, because we are relying only on knowledge instead of that intuitive process that was in our heart when the Creator created us, and we had never gone to the tree of knowledge.
And that tree was approached by the only two creatures on the planet, creations of God. That was a black man named Adam and a black woman named Eve. I know he's black. Ask me how do I know he was black?
Because you were there.
You got jokes.
No, I mean, we were all there.
It was in Africa.
We were all there.
So I was going to say that he, when confronted with the judgment of God or the accountability, he said it was the woman. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
The woman that now gave us me. I didn't ask for her.
And that's one of the things that, once again, another thing that we worship a lot is leadership. We have so many leadership institutes and leadership schools. But if we look back at...
Don't you do it, sir? You know, pastors, other pastors are listening to this program, so don't do it. Don't talk about the suffragette bishops, whatever that means, and the apostles.
I mean, leadership, if you look at when they were thrown out of the garden, that was the first time a human was given charge over another human. You will lead her. She will have desire for you. Before then, there was equality in all humanity.
So women were equal to the man until they wanted to be a goddess, to pursue all knowledge and all wisdom, and to be like a god. And she ate it, and then influenced him to eat it. So someone asked me a question. Why didn't Adam stop her? Because he told her what not to do. Woo! God, I tell you. And she went and did it anyway. And he stood by and watched her. Do you know why he just stood there and watched her? Does anyone have an idea?
I have no idea.
What do you think, Mike?
I have no idea either. I'm learning. I'm listening. I'm learning. I'm observing.
Well, this is
absorbing knowledge.
Okay. Well, this is what another minister told me, and I had to think about it. He said he was inwardly jealous that he had to share God. He didn't ask for her. It was God's idea. He didn't give him no handbook, no training manual. Just had to do it. And so he was watching to see if she was going to die first. And when she didn't die,
Adam was
watching to see if Eve, when violating the rule that God had said was going to kill over and die.
You're saying that Adam was jealous that he created Eve?
Adam, that was the perspective of this minister, that he was actually jealous that he had to share God with her.
Adam was jealous that he had to share God with Eve. You said a minister told you this? Mm.
Yeah. Think about this. Think about this now. Think about it. We get jealous. Some of us do, anyway. In the church, when you have to share responsibilities, or share the fact this person gets promoted, sharing it, so they got delivered and say, I don't believe it. I mean, it's
why is that?
That kind of spirit. Some folks are jealous of other folks. You were happy when they were underneath you, but when you seem to think that they are getting on your level spiritually, then some folks get upset. You've never experienced that?
No. Why should I? I mean, you're supposed to celebrate people. You're not supposed to envy people.
Well, I don't know, sir, but I've experienced it myself. If you haven't, then God bless you. Yes, indeed. But I know one place where I'm accepted. That is.
So you're implying that nepotism takes place in the church.
Exactly, and especially here in this city.
Oh, okay.
And if I was preaching, I would say I know I'm right, but it's all right. You got to get past all that stuff. I mean, nepotism here built churches. Nepotism here has actually is all in city government, state government, everything else, school system, and every major hamlet and hill and village here. And Dr. Reid can't say that, but I can.
So let me ask you a question. This is a philosophical question because you guys are so philosophical. Is nepotism in heaven? I mean, one of those angels he created, it said, was the most beautiful angel and was perfect.
Until.
Did God play favorites? Was he a nepotizer?
You're trying to start some trouble, sir. If anyone here has the theological answer, 1914-205-5353, 1914-205-5353. This is a heavy, heavy theological, physiological, psychological, cultural program today. But while we're debating on that one, can you drop us who was the first black president in this country, Brother Michael?
Hanson.
No, I think you under the Articles of Confederation he was, but he.
Okay. What was his name?
His first name was John. And he's from Maryland. That's who. The great Dr. Medgar. That's who he was referring to, correct?
He was on the $2 bill. He was on the $2 bill that this country somehow suddenly discontinued.
But he later became ambassador of Liberia. There was two John Hansons. That's not the one that's on the $2 bill. Eventually became the ambassador of the country of Liberia that the U.S. found in Africa, which capital is Monrovia. But actual under the Constitution, man of color was Thomas Jefferson.
Wait a minute. Did you just say? I was like, did you just say Thomas Jefferson was black?
Of color. He was mixed, yes.
Thomas Jefferson had a mistress, didn't
he? Yes.
Making black babies. Mixed babies. But wasn't he the president of these here United States?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
J. Edgar Hoover was too, Steve. So
J. Edgar Hoover, the inventor of the FBI,